Class 11th. Welcome to the online tutorial sessions for business studies. I am Avinash Lambert, your business guru, and today we are going to continue our third chapter, which is private, public and global enterprises. In today's video, students, we are going to do the merits and limitations of the government company. In the previous topic, in the previous video, we completed the what is government company, what are its features. Today's video we are going to do the merits, limitations and its suitability, which are very important. If a question comes about government company in 4 to 6 marks, then you have to mention few merits, few advantages, few disadvantages and few suitabilities. That makes a complete, compact answer for that. Now, without wasting further time, let's start today's topic. Let's start with the merits, the advantages of government company. Now, the first merit is easy formation, that it is formed very easily, as simple as that. No need for legislation of the parliament. There is no need for the legislation of the ministers in the parliament, and they shout here and again, they make a bill, they make an act. No need for that. No need for that. It can be formed by fulfilling the needs of the Companies Act. Like how the companies are made, they can be formed by fulfilling the needs of the Companies Act 2013. Very simple, easy to form. Second one is operational autonomy. It is free from bureaucratic control and political interference of the government. So the another important merit is that it has a freedom for its operation. No need, there is no bureaucratic control or somebody in the parliament is controlling it or some politicians are interfering it. No, there is no such case in the case of government company. They are free for their working. They can do whatever they want. The third one is independent status. They have an independent status. It has a separate legal entity. You already know what is a separate legal entity. Fine. So they are a separate legal entity. They can buy, they can purchase the properties in their name, they can be sued, they can sue other people or other companies. So it is a separate legal entity apart from government. They are apart from government. Works like a private company. Even though they are a government company, but they have a separate legal entity and they work like a private company. I told you the motive. Motive is to give competition to the private sector, right? So that is the third advantage, third merit, which is independent status. It has a separate legal entity. Fourth one is it prevents unhealthy business practices. Obviously, if there is someone like government, they are in the market and they are doing the work just for the giving competition to the private sector, then that competition makes a healthy business. Now, it prevents unhealthy business practices. How? They provide good quality products. Obviously, if government is making it, then they are providing it a good quality compact products, which are given at a reasonable price, so that the customers are not cheated. Fine. So they provide good quality products at reasonable prices. Good quality products at reasonable prices. Therefore, it controls the market and reduces unhealthy practices. The cheating which is done before the customer, that is avoided. When the government company is there in the market, they provide the good quality products at a reasonable prices. Therefore, it reduces or controls the unhealthy practices. Now, fifth one is collaboration of private and public sector. See, there are 51% of shares which are taken by the government and the rest is done by the private individuals. So therefore there is a collaboration, which is a good thing. See, the resources of public sector and the skills and technical know-how of the private sector, that makes it an efficient management. They works beautifully. The combination is beautiful, that they collaborate and they use the best things of each other, like the resources of public sector and the skills and technical know-how, the machineries, the capital of a private sector. So there is a collaboration, which is a good thing. That is why it is in the merits of government company. So students, these are your merits of the government company. Now it's time for the limitations of the government company. What are the bads what are the limitations, what are the demerits of a government company? Let's start with the first one. Freedom only in name. As the name suggests that it is a government company, so there must be some type of majority of government's control. Fine. Government is major shareholder. Obviously we know 51% or more than 51% of shares are invested by the government only. So it exercises control. If I am the highest shareholder, I will control that company, right? I have given the maximum amount of shares. Therefore, what I am saying, you have to follow it, right? That's the case here. Government is the major shareholder. They are the major shareholders. Therefore, they exercise control over the affairs of the company. Whatever they are saying, they have to be followed. So, government controls it. So, freedom is only in the name, right? It's only in the name. In reality, government exercise controls over it. Second one is lack of accountability. The reason is, as it is financed by the government, 51% of its share are paid by the government, it is not directly answerable in the parliament. It is the government's company, it is done by the government, government is exercising control. So, who is going to answer? If the company is of government, parliament is of government, who is going to answer? Nobody. Therefore, in the parliament, due to inefficient government control, nobody is going to ask any question in the parliament why this company is not doing progress. It is done by the government, So nobody is going to question that. If it's my company and I am running it, I am not answerable to anyone because it's my company and I have done that. So just like that, the government is not going to answer to anyone because it's a government company. So this was your second limitation. So basically these are your two limitations. There are not much limitations here. It's a good option for the government to open government companies. They are very fruitful for the development of the country. Now suitability. Where does the government want the government company? So the suitability is divided into three. First is, it's suitable where government wants to control a company in the private sector without nationalizing it. Suppose there is one private company, it's doing good and there is a lot of benefit from it and it's providing benefit to the whole country, then in that case the government wants to control that company. The government wants to control that company without nationalizing it, without making it a government company. They just control the company. So in that case, the government can opt for the government company. Second is, when the government wants to collaborate with private enterprises. When they want to collaborate with the private enterprises, suppose the government sometimes can be weaker in the skills and technical know-how, but they have money. So they can invest in the company and they can provide funds to the private sector and then they can work together, collaborate together beautifully and they can work wonders. Third one is to provide funds. To provide funds plus plans on the projects. Sometimes the government wants to spend some funds and plans on the particular projects. There are few things which government decides that they are going to invest in this sector, they are going to give plans and ideas to the such and such sectors for the development of the country. So in that case, the government provides funds. And how they provide funds? By making the government company. So students, that's it for today. I want you all to take a screenshot so that you can complete your notes by today only. Now students, that's all for today. Stay home, stay safe and see you soon.